Hello. Yes, I'm driving, but it is safe. Hands free, not on the phone. My phone might overheat though, because that always happens when it's sunny out and my phone is just up on the little thing, the phone holder. So this morning I'm just, doing little errands, things I gotta do. And I'm just really thinking about this idea of what if the things that I actually want to experience, the things that I haven't really dreamed of opening up to myself mentally as an option because I haven't believed I'm capable of it. Like, what if I just actually went for it? I think that this is a really good question to ask ourselves because a part of resilience, it really is being able to live the kind of life that we want to experience. That is an essential part of resilience to grow towards that because it helps. And maybe you don't need to find it in this exact way, but I think for a lot of people, it can help reclaim that sense of trust in ourselves, that sense of trust in the world that, like, even though we've experienced things that are like to the depths of negativity, so can things be to the depths, but in the positive way too. And I think by reclaiming that sense of trust in ourselves and trust in just the world, the universe, like the fabric of existence, other people, I think by doing this, it can really make a big deal in transforming the way, so we're not doing so much mental work. It's more like we've had the experience, which just gives us a different belief and different words to describe our mental state, as far as acknowledging that we are safe, we are protected, we are loved, we are, it'll have more emotional weight behind it, because affirmations, robotic affirmations, all these things are essential to keeping our mindsets in a good place, to keeping our mindsets positive and encouraged and, like, in a good light. But also, it can take a lot of energy and effort that could otherwise be going to other things. So sometimes, other things, like practical things, just like schedules, managing tasks that you got to do, learning other skills that are practical to use in your life so you can make money or go after your dreams or whatever. Like, we can't just be sitting here all day saying affirmations. Like, we have to be able to free up mental space. My device is getting too hot. We have to be able to free up mental space to really let ourselves be fully operating to the degree we want to. Like, yes, resilience is essential no matter what we got going on in our life, no matter how the structure is. But a part of the goal of resilience is, I think, for me at least, to be able to live the type of life that I want to experience. And the type of life I want to experience includes things that have only been in my imagination or dreams, things that excite me, things that motivate me, things that make me feel like, oh, it really is worth it. For me personally, being able to experience life like this is worth it for me to strive to be the best version of myself for other people, and for me. So, yeah. Resilience is a set of practices to help you just enjoy and thrive when things are not optimal, to cope. but it's also a tool to help you get to the place in your life where it's exactly on the track of your dreams too. Not just something to just cope and be like, I'm resilient, I can bear the trials of being alive, but you can actually be like, hey, I actually enjoy my life too. I actually enjoy what being alive means for me and how I can experience life. So, yep, that's just something I'm thinking about this morning. And always remember that you really are so much more capable than your thoughts may tell you in any moment, and that your emotions might tell you in any moment, because your emotions are based on your physiology in part, like bodily sensations, your subconscious beliefs about health and cause and effect, and experiences of the past. Like if you experience a certain bodily sensation, what you automatically kind of subconscious believe about what is to come, what as far as like other symptoms or health experiences, we just can't limit ourselves. And I think a lot of people, myself included, during our non-recovered days, that's the part of just how we lived life, right? We just lived life by being like, I'm not capable of my dreams, so I'm not going to look at my dreams, I'm going to think about it, and I'm just going to try to cope and use substances and addictions, whatever your addiction is, substance related or not. I'm going to do these things to help me survive and cope and not care about the kind of life that I'm living that I don't want to live, because I don't think I'm capable of living what I want to live, like putting all your cards or all your, what's the phrase, all your eggs in one basket of you just fully believe, okay, I can't do it, so in that case I'm gonna just, I'm going full out, I'm gonna do my best to have compassion for myself and get by and not feel horrible, not feel horrible in light of the circumstances that we believed were available to us. And in some way I think it's really a noble intention for us to be thinking like, well, I'm not I don't want to engage. Maybe we had beliefs that weren't useful, like I don't want to engage in fighting, I don't want to engage in competition or cruelty to other people that maybe we thought was necessary in order to live the kind of life we want to live. There's probably just messages we had that, I know for myself at least, that were not accurate, the things that I thought were necessary and the only way to go about things if I was living the life I wanted. I thought it meant I had to necessarily be bad to other people and just unethical and not caring about the planet and not caring about just fellow people. And my perspective has definitely changed since then, because I acknowledge that for me, my perspective is that we're all in society inherently. Even if you're trying to not be a part of society, you're still in society. You're just playing a very specific role within it, kind of like disengaged role or counterbalancing role, or however is most useful for you to look at it. But really, when it comes to like how money plays into society and the morality attached to money, really I think that the way to solve problems isn't to just reject the whole system. Like, this system is an age-old, really hard one, and negotiated like social technologies, just the systems of society and trust, how we have been able to build this kind of subconscious trust and understanding of people, even when we're also different from each other. And we are able to have so much more freedom and mobility, and just the blessing of kind of a safe boundary type of communication that comes with relating to fellow people through exchanges of goods and services and money involved. That can be a really good way to have a boundary, a safe boundary with people in the way that we relate to one another. And there's this idea sometimes of capitalism that it is always evil, and I think that it's that idea that like the means of production are owned by somebody else. That like I totally agree. When it's like when we were in the industrial age, and it's like the main means of production were machines, and I don't know, it's like that was the only means of production for the most part. It was machines, it was the land, and it was like physical, very related to physical, kind of hard to come by things. That was the means of production, and really the only way that anybody could have access to that was by somebody who had compiled enough wealth to be able to maintain and have that kind of thing going on. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's kind of like a necessary evil of evolution of the time. I think it wasn't optimal by any means, but to the people in those days, it was like, hallelujah, like we actually have this. Like, they're so grateful. They didn't take it for granted. Their lives were completely different. They were under so much more stress. Like, things were different back then. So, but today, in our age, in more the information age, the means of production isn't anymore, for the most part. We're still kind of in a transition with society and all that, but the means of production isn't based in machines anymore. It's based in ourselves, which we own, we have authority over. We have, it's based in our brains, our bodies, our ability to understand and convey information, and to give other people a certain feeling of encouragement. Like, that is real magic. Like, that is a real miracle that we are able to change other people's perspectives, have our perspectives change in a way that truly brings a glow, a comfort, a safety, a totally different perspective and understanding of what being alive means. And we're able to transfer that kind of information, not only by like very specific word choices, but also just by like our presence, and the feeling of being alive and being present, and just being together. And I think something about that is, it makes it so that capitalism is, we could be thinking like 500 years from now, what would people think? Who cares? We're not there right now. So in the present, really the most ethical thing, I think, when it comes to money, and it's to encourage one another to build our means of production, to build ourselves, so that we are build ourselves mentally, emotionally, physically, so that we all are more capable of handling and processing intense energies and the type of information or vibration, whatever you want to say, that is conducive to positivity and safety and security and longevity, resilience, right? And a part of resilience isn't just constant positivity, but it's paying attention to reality, like the difficult, the painful things that are so encompassing in the world. It is a big part of it, but there's a place for that to be handled in a non-jarring, non-disturbing way. And I guess this holistic perspective is needed, I think, to help people remember how to even want to be a part of society, to know they already are a part, they can be, they can dream. And it's hard when you feel like you've put all your eggs in one basket, kind of, and you're like, oh my God, like it's the sunk cost fallacy thing, like, oh my God, I can't believe, like, why would I even start now, like grieving about the past. But it's like, the beautiful thing is that wherever you are in your journey, like, you are here now, and you can experience all the beauty now. You can embrace yourself as a means of production now. The rest of your life can have a totally different tone, no matter what you've experienced. And whatever you have experienced before, even if you haven't identified it yet, it's given you really good, necessary information and capabilities and strengths that are necessary because of the time that we live in, because it is relevant, because so many other people deal with it, and so that makes it relevant, it makes it necessary. And yeah, my storage is running out, but just wanted to say the kind of things on my mind, how caring for ourselves and our health it's so much like a selfish, whatever, individualistic thing. It's more about being who we can as a part of like a historic changing of the tide and movement, and being a part of society and a part of the world, and connecting with fellow people and living the kind of life we want to live. So yes, I affirm for you that you're here in the right energy that you need to be, that you want to be, and only good things are coming for you. And you can embrace yourself as a capitalistic means of production, but in an authentic way. That's what capitalism is supposed to be at its very best. Strength, something like really gritty and passionate that enables us to survive through all the trials of life. That's what spirituality is all about also. So yeah, embrace your bliss, and talk to you soon. Thanks for listening. Bye.